There was a time when I thought I had it all figured out until everything fell apart. And it was at that moment that I realized that falling apart was the only way to start the journey home. Welcome to the journey home. This is the first show, and I'm going to share with you some of the journey that I've had, and no doubt you will hear more of it as time goes on. But I want to talk and share about that particular moment when I thought I had it all figured out. And any time you think that you've got it figured out, you get a challenge, right? And that's where the growth journey begins. And my journey has been long, painful, full of joy, full of creativity, full of inspiring moments, and full of moments where I wondered at the beginning, there's got to be more than this. And I felt really, really lost. But I didn't know I was lost. I thought I had it all together. And a lot of us will go along the journey of life thinking that we've got it all together until something happens that challenges you, and then you realize that you don't have it all together. You actually have been living life at such a superficial level because you're starting to question, there's got to be more than this, and there is. And I knew that there was trouble in my life. I knew that my relationship wasn't very good. I knew I'd been abandoned by my family. I made a decision and they didn't speak to me for years. Regardless of all of that sitting behind me, I was feeling like my vitality was being bled out of my system. And I knew that things had to change, but I was too afraid to know what the next step was, or even to take the next step. And if you can relate to anything that I'm saying, I want you to know this, because I'm talking to you about this in reflection, is that there is always more. But striving for more when you haven't looked within and looked at what's going on in the inside is running away and avoiding. And maybe I'd been doing that. I don't have words and labels for what it was that was happening. But hindsight is an amazing thing, right? So my journey as a medium started at the point of my sister's death. It was the tragedy that broke me, but it was the tragedy that also made me and led me to finding myself. So this journey of yours, your own fulfillment, experiencing your own life to the fullest, and experiencing the complexities of being human and navigating through life, relationships, pain, health, money struggles, all of those things that we do. Know that there's always something more. And the more starts at home. So it starts with yourself. And we are so complex, and we are so, we'll talk ourselves out of things, doing things that are right for us. We'll talk ourselves out of, following our intuition and doing the right thing. And that's okay, because we have free will and we can make choices, and it's usually falling down that gets us to pick ourselves up again. So in your journey home, I'm going to ask you this question. What is it that you're avoiding, and what is it that you're afraid of facing? Because there's nobody in the world like you. And once I realized that for myself, and it didn't come from a place of ego, it came from a place of, well, nobody can do what I can do, and nobody can be me. So there's only one thing that I can do brilliantly in this world, which is be me. profoundly me, all parts of me, and to explore all parts of myself. And I feel in like that the world is this vast territory. The map does not define the territory. And I decided at that point that I was going to be an explorer and explore all of those parts of me that I was afraid to look at, and explore all parts that had been shamed and all parts that had been loved and violated, and to look within to find my own complexities and to find my own inspiring story. Because I have a belief, and I remember saying this to myself when I was down there, that if I can't inspire myself, how can I possibly inspire anybody else? And within that week, within that 5 days, five friends texted, called and emailed me, telling me something about something that I'd said or something that I'd done or how I'd supported them or something. And that was my message to myself. That was a reflection to go, right, now you're ready. Now go off and do, be, and have, and shine. If this resonated, don't just keep it to yourself. Let's keep the conversation going. You can catch me on Instagram at The Corporate Medium and tell me what hit home for you and what resonated. If you've got a story to share or a topic you want me to cover, let me know. And hey, before you go, subscribe, follow, leave a review, and share this with someone who needs it. I'll see you next time.